pictures show the kind of thing that you can make with graphic tablets. Or at least they're the kind of things that I make with graphic tablets. I love painting and drawing, and being able to do that on a computer is super amazing. And with these tablets, you're able to paint on programs like Photoshop and Illustrator and Krita, which otherwise would be pretty much impossible if you were just trying to use a mouse. Now you may be asking yourself, what are graphic tablets? Well, let me tell you. Graphic tablets are an input device consisting of a flat pressure-sensitive pad, which the user draws on or points at with a special stylus to guide a pointer displayed on the screen. In other words, you take the pen, you draw here, and it shows up there. These tablets are used in a lot of creative fields, such as art, animation, graphic design, teaching, architecture, illustration, and photography. A little bit of history. Elisha Gray invented the first electric handwriting device. However, the first graphic tablet resembling modern tablets was the Stylator in 1957. Over the years, these tablets have been modified. They used to be called spark or acoustic tablets, mainly because they used sound and microphones to locate where the pen was instead of using electromagnetic waves, which is what they do now. Using a microphone to triangulate where the pen was kind of a bad idea because other sounds in the room and stuff would interfere with this and totally throw it off. And you can't really get a good drawing out of that. To get into more of the sciencey part of graphic tablets, the actual tablet part has a magnetic field in which it sends out electromagnetic waves or radio waves out, and the pen or stylus, when it's close enough to the tablet, it will send these waves back and tell the position of where it's at in relations to the tablet. And because the waves are coming from the tablet and not the pen directly, the pen, interestingly enough, doesn't need a battery or to be charged because of this, because it's just getting the electricity from the tablet. Which is nice because I don't want to have to charge my pen every once in a while or change the batteries. That would be awful. The pen is also in charge of telling the pressure that you're pressing down with, which end you're using, if you're using the eraser end or if you're using the drawing end. It also tells if you're pressing buttons, and it's the one monitoring it to tell the tablet to tell the computer. When researching the wavelengths and the frequency for this project, I couldn't find anything too specific. Most of my sources said electromagnetic waves, which their wavelengths vary a lot. So the most specific thing I can find was radio waves. So I'm going off that. So for wavelength, it has a minimum of 0.1 meters to infinitely big number. And for the frequency, it had a maximum number of around 10 billion meters to about very small numbers, infinitely small. Pros and cons of graphic tablets. Pros, you get control of where it's at on the drawing versus a mouse, which is probably going to end up pretty jittery and not work out too well. Another pro, pressure sensitivity. Pressure sensitivity makes a world of difference, at least compared to a mouse. Cons, I would say there are some tablets that are fairly expensive. However, you can get cheap tablets. I think I got a tablet for $30 off Amazon once, and it lasts me a good while. If you want a screen tablet, those are pretty expensive. Even the cheaper side ones are kind of expensive. Another con, it's something you have to lug around. It's another thing you have to carry. That's all, folks.